Hello, everybody. So, I'm going to talk to you today about fear, and God is showing me fear and how to overcome my fears. So, I was talking about my grandson who's very fearful of a lot of things, and I could see myself in him. And I had a fear my whole life, but when I was 12, I decided I've had enough fear and I'm going to break it. But I didn't really break all of it, and so even right now, I'm dealing with fear. And I think if you're dealing with fear of any kind, maybe this message would help you. So I tried to do fear the other day, and something wouldn't let me. So I was assuming that was God that wouldn't let me do the fear video. And then I realized why, because he needed to show me a few things about fear, even though I have fear as it is. And I know it's not from God. I know it's from the devil, the little devil here, or the angel on this side. Which one are you going to choose? You're going to choose the devil and the fear, or are you going to choose the angel, God? And even when the disciples were on the boat with Jesus, they were fearful. And, we're all fearful. We have to battle that. My T-tag said that fear is the worst enemy in life, and I truly believe that's true. So Joel also, he was directing me to a book. He directs me to books with messages in them, and I have books all over my house, and when I'm walking by, I could walk by a book 100 times and not feel anything, but when I feel it inside to open the book, I do that, and the message that I get is totally like he's talking to me. I can say this all the time, but I've learned that he speaks to me through lots of ways, and one is books. So the one that I opened up in Joel's book, All Things Working to Your Good, it said, "Why are you still afraid? Do you have no faith?" And I told you about the disciples on the boat. They were fearful. And, we have to learn that we have to overcome these things once and for all and get them gone in our life. So I wrote a few things down so that I could remember them. Joe's message, I happened to feel very strongly. I was sitting on the porch Sunday morning enjoying a cup of tea, and I said, nope, go watch Joel. So I did. And his message was really awesome. He said, those who step into greatness do it afraid. And I've read lots of stories, even Joyce Meyer's book on fear, but we still have to battle it every single day. And as long as we constantly dump it on God and say, God, take my fear away, he will constantly take it away. So don't let anything or anyone keep you from your destiny, because you were made to do great things. You were made to do things, not sit home, not sit back and do nothing and let everybody else do things, because you were made to do it as well. So there was a couple of things that happened to me again this weekend. Was sorry, my throat is raspy. Went to the Wayne County Fair, and I always go on the Ferris wheel because I'm paranoid of heights. So I do it kind of to help me to overcome my fear. Well, this time, in all the years that I've ever ridden a Ferris wheel, it just stopped. The first round, it stopped. And I'm like, what? And so the whole power went off, and the power went off on a couple other rides we saw, and it took about 5 to 7 minutes, and it got back on. And when it got back on, it started to go, but it went backwards, and that was a little scary, and that never happened to me. And I hope it never happens to me again, because I don't really like heights, but I do that for the simple fact is I'm overcoming it. So then another thing that happened to me that day was a Christian group too were playing, and I was drawn to them like a light, like a butterfly to the light, moth to the light. And I sat down, and they were really good. And so this one lady came up to me, and she says, "Wow, I'm glad that she has somebody to play. She has somebody to play with." And I said, "No, excuse me." She said, "She has to play all by herself." I said, "No, she's got a guy there playing," because he had walked away for a little bit. And so that was a message for me. You can play by yourself. It's okay. Don't be afraid. Just do it. You have to overcome things that aren't very comfortable. So then another thing that happened to me, I don't like snakes. I'm fearful of snakes. So we're hiking in the woods, and we're walking through the ferns, and I always was told ferns have snakes hiding out there. So I was walking through the ferns, and I was distracted by my phone, and all of a sudden I felt something hit my my ankle, and it was the weirdest thing I ever experienced in my entire life. My whole ankle felt like it got a big, huge shock, and I heard the zzz in my body. I was like, "What the heck was that?" So I screamed, and I ran up out of the ferns, and long story short, I didn't find anything. So anyhow, see if the sun is coming out. So that was another thing that God was sharing with me. Several things: heights, snakes, and doing music by myself. It's okay. So he also showed me a couple other things, and one thing was hard is evil. So when you're feeling like something is very hard, just know that it's evil. Just let it go. Just work through it. You have to work through it the best you possibly can. And another thing he showed me, which I'm trying to share with you, how many times God does share things with us that we might not realize it. But I turned on the YouTube, and Zach Williams came on. He has 3 great songs, one right after the other, that I listened to, and it was Slave to Fear, Chain Breakers, and Fear is a Liar. And he showed me all of these things. It's no coincidence that he showed me these things. He showed me because he wanted me to know that he is with me, and he is right there in the fear, and we don't have to be fear. That, again, that little angel or the devil, who are you going to listen to? You're going to listen to the angel. Stop listening to the devil. Okay, so everyone have a great day, and if you have any doubts or fears that happen to us during the day, just constantly give them back to God. Look for things that might take your mind off of that, like nice, good songs, or like Zach Williams songs or other songs, or just meditative songs. But take it to God if you need to. Take it to him daily. And if you need to take him to him 1,000,000 times a day, go for it, because he has big shoulders, and he's there for you. God bless. Have a great day.